Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very, very, very special episode of Before You Log Off, calling this a one-shot, brought to you in tandem with our very own Sergeant Squiggles. Say hello, Squiggles.
Hello, Squiggles.
Yeah, that's good. That's good enough.
It works.
Of course, I'm here with the internationally known Stephen Gutierrez.
Yeah, everybody. What's going on?
And special guest who we haven't seen in so long that we've had withdrawals, literal withdrawals from not being around this person. She is somebody that we go way back with. She's on a podcast called The Capeless Crusaders. And she is the impossible girl, Amelia Pond, is what I call her. You might know her as...
the reason everyone does too.
Yeah, it's awesome then. Yeah, you might know her as I Jane You Robot on all social media. Say hello, Amy.
Hello, Amy. Mostly Amelia.
Mostly Amelia, thank you.
Mostly Amelia.
So today is a very special day. Like I said, we are going to be doing a one-shot with the rule set or the game of Kids on Broomsticks, or Brooms. Mm-hmm. And Squiggles came to us with this idea a while back. Of course, we loved it right off the bat. And for the overlay, for the starter screen, everything is all him. He did it all on his own. So this beautiful overlay, this animated overlay that you see here with everybody in their own little portraits and stuff like that, it's all Squiggles. Squiggles did an amazing job, everybody. So actually, give it up for Squiggles. Yeah, give it up for Squiggles. Yeah. Hey. So from now, I will take the back seat. I will hand the reins right over to the game master, as you can see right over there, Squiggles, and he will take charge of the stories. Squiggles, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Well, we're going to be playing in the Kids on Brooms system. It's by Renegade Games. They make they make a lot of stuff, but their Kids on Bikes, Kids on Brooms series is what we're playing. If you've never seen it, it's a very narrative driven game. It's pretty rules light. So it's something you can pick up and play if you've never really played. If you don't like the kind of magic wizardry Harry Potter-esque type of play, then they have a few other games like Kids on Bikes, which is more of that Stranger Things vibes. And they have another one called Teens in Space that I'm not really familiar with, but they make some good games. So anyway, we are playing at a setting that we've created called Salem Wizard Academy.
Mm-hmm.
Salem Wizard Academy is taking place in Salem, Massachusetts. Didn't get my words out. But it was founded after the infamous Salem witch trials. The refugees of that found a magical island, or found an island out off of Salem Harbor, and they surrounded it in a magical barrier. So the people who were persecuting them could not find them. They built a town, and they built a wizarding academy for students to go and learn. So these three students will be students in 2019 because I don't have the magical energy in me to roleplay anything in 2020. It just, no, not even in fantasy can we do 2020.
I mean, because the first thing I would have done is just cured everything.
Just cure,
yeah. But three students will be returning. You guys are all returning students, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
Questionable.
Questionable? Okay. All right.
So you guys are going to be playing at your returning year to Salem Wizardry Academy. And I will stop talking and let you guys give us the backstory and your characters. I will start with Aaron.
My character, I am Eli Carter, a second year student here at Salem Academy. And I'm like a charismatic slacker. So, I mean, I kind of sort of excel at things, but I don't put the effort into it. Think of Sherlock Holmes's brother. think of what's his name.
Moycroft or Mycroft?
Mycroft, yes.
Mhm.
Very intelligent, but very lazy at it. So that's just kind of how I roll. Don't really put too much effort into anything. But I do have some goals. I do have things I want to accomplish, and I will accomplish them if I get motivated enough. If it's not too much of a bother.
Do you want to share any of those goals?
Yeah, actually, I want to. I definitely want to make my mark on this world. My family has, they've all come and gone from the school, and they've kind of made their name for themselves in the Carter family, and now I'm trying to make my name for myself by creating a unique spell that will change the world. Have no idea what that's going to be, but I definitely want to make it.
Interesting. I like it. I think that's it's good to play around with narratively. I think those are some good goals that we can probably meet in this one shot. Any fears? Anything that Eli is
Oh, you want me to go
not?
into those? I didn't know if you want me to
Yeah.
go into that. Oh.
I mean, they might come up, so the chat should know.
They should.
My biggest fear, Eli's biggest fear is failure. Just not living up to whatever his family has, these ideas in their mind. Because he's always so nonchalant about everything. Like he thinks he's just guaranteed to be famous and to be, renowned and everything like that. That if any falls anything less than that, he will be shunned by his family. So it's a big fear for him. Yeah, that's probably his biggest fear out of anything.
And anything that he's excited for coming back for his second year as an upperclassman.
Uh, Excited. So during his, I guess you would say, off season, summer is normally what they would call it, summer vacation. He heard a few things about Salem Academy. He heard that there are some kind of secret scouts at Salem Academy that would guarantee you onto higher levels of society if you excelled within the school. So he's excited to kind of get on their radar if they exist, and be able to contribute to a higher purpose in society.
I like it. I like Eli. I think he'll be an interesting character. Let's move on to Pepper. Amy, tell us about Pepper.
Hi, you guys. So my character her name is Pepper Leibowitz. She's coming back actually as an underclassman, so this is, I guess, one of her. I don't know if we're calling it her second year because we don't really have defined spaces for upper and.
Yeah, maybe second year underclassman.
Yes, I'm okay with the second year underclassmen. Amen. I got goals to go for third, but it's really difficult. My grandmother Hildegard Leibowitz actually runs the fragrant tea leaf herb shop in town. We have many a generation of Leibowitzes that have been in control of that. And my grandmother, she really wants to make sure that I get the education that I'm supposed to get while I'm here and take her place as the matriarch of the family. My parents, while they both had the gift, they didn't really seem to do much with it, much to her chagrin. And so now there's pressure on me to succeed. But I like to poke things before I look at them. A bit more on the naive innocent side. I have a tendency to not really be aware of my surroundings, except if I'm on a broom. For some reason, that really clicks. But I always seem to find or have whatever I need just in case. So it's kind of fun to see what trouble I get into. And if all else fails, I will charm the pants and or the skirt off anybody that I need to get out of a situation when it's uncomfortable. But yeah.
I like it. And does Pepper have any fears that she'd like to share?
There are beetles.
Wow.
Well, and drain pipes. I mean, on occasion those get spooky. And then if I can't see the bottom of any kind of body of water, I might have a small panic attack. But I mean, that's something.
Ooh.
I've been working on it. It's been really therapeutic. I learned how to knit when, I got stuck with my best friend. And we'll talk about that later. Anyway, but yeah.
Okay. And any rumors that Pepper may have heard over the summer about the school?
Oh, I want to kind of see if it's true. I haven't been able to find out. Like, that friend of a friend daisy chain type of rumor. I heard
Mm-hmm.
that there's
Mm-hmm.
a network of students will smuggle contraband in and out of the school at a price, but I haven't been able to like find the person. When you kind of trade things off and you're like, hey, I really need the newest iPhone, and we're not supposed to have it on campus.
I was gonna say.
Apparently, if you know, well, if you know a person, I'm still trying to get into that network, but I heard about that one, and then also that the upperclassmen smoke, and they're allowed to, and it's not fair.
I like it. I like it. I think Pepper seems like she could get into some mischief. Sounds like she's looking to maybe even get in some mischief, so it'll be pretty fun. And
I aim
then
to misbehave.
there you go. And then last but not least, Steven playing Azax. Steven, tell us about Azax.
So yeah, my character's name is Azax Emberwolf. He comes from a family that knows about magic and everything, but the family for some reason they don't like magic skips a generation. So his like great grandfather had magic, but then after that, nobody else in his family was able to even harness magic until him. So he's kind of like um there's a lot resting on him because he's the only one that's been able to use it since his great grandfather, and nobody in the family really knows why and understands. Um, so that actually leads to one of my motivations, which is um, to discover kind of like what that's all about, and maybe figure out if like his family might be cursed, or if it's just something with his bloodline or genetics or something he doesn't know. He just wants to get um, to the bottom of that mystery. And he's an upperclassman, so this is like um, he's definitely learning how to harness his powers, but he's kind of reckless when he does it because he just wants to learn as much as he can um, to basically help his family prosper, and hopefully he can make some money and profit and stuff so he can build a better future for his family.
I like it. Really somebody who's just looking to discover the mystery of his own family, and that can I think play well with maybe what's going on at Salem. Tell us about his fears.
Well, one, he fears like he might lose his abilities because he doesn't know,
Hmm.
you know, what's happening, like why he even has them in the first place, or if he can lose them, or something could take him away. So he's really afraid of that because without his powers, he's afraid that he'll just let his family down, and that's another one of his fears is disappointing his family because he's one of the last ones in his bloodline to even be able to use magic. And then another one of his fears is one of my personal fears, which is spiders. He hates them. He does not like spiders at all.
Surely he'll never encounter any, not especially not in the forest that is the preserve for all of the magical beasts that
Uh,
have
he will
been.
burn it all down, kill it with
Yeah,
fire.
yeah.
It's a motto I've just made up.
And what kind of rumors have you heard over the summer?
So rumors that he's heard. Um, so supposedly there's some uh hidden treasure, or yeah, hidden treasure that's in the school, and he's heard about some kids that may have went missing looking for it for this hidden treasure. So that's kind of like something that's intriguing to him, especially because he wants to build a future for his family by getting paid. Um, Another rumor that he's heard is that supposedly one of the teachers' significant other died in a mysterious way. so that's a little interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then my third rumor that he's heard is apparently there is a beast of Salem that supposedly stalks the outside of the school grounds.
Awesome. Awesome. So I don't know how many of those rumors will be incorporated in, but as many of them as we can might show up. So I will say that what we're gonna do before we get into the actual schooling session is we're gonna kind of take a step back and build up your history at the school. And so we're gonna do a few things. First and foremost, since you guys all know each other, one of the cool features of this book is that um, we since these are built for um, I would say this game lends itself to not the long drawn out D&D, you know, 5 year all the way to level 20 sessions that you can get. It's more of, you know, drive the story and create a good story. So one of the things that it does is it asks questions of everybody at the beginning. And these questions help us build a shared relationship. So you're each going to answer a question or two to build your shared relationship. You are class members, you are all familiar with each other.
Uh-huh.
So let me ask, I'll start with uh Aaron. Aaron, does your character have a positive or negative relationship with Pepper?
Um, from what I heard of Pepper, I would say my character has a positive relationship.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll say he has a positive. He has a positive.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. You and Pepper once cut class together. Why?
Pepper was very interested to see if the upperclassmen do actually smoke in the bathrooms. So we cut class. I wanted to at least satiate her interest to see if they do smoke, and there was smoke, but there were no students, which was odd.
Weird because it
Hmm.
was like purpley and then silver, but he said that they were smoking because I kind of bugged him a lot during potions class.
Yes, it was a nice little adventure, little side quest.
It was. We snuck around the halls. It was really fun.
Great. And Pepper, what for you and Eli? Uh you saw him doing something nice for somebody else, and he didn't make it about him. What was that nice thing that he did, and how did he not make it about him?
Well, Eli's really like as like aloof as he likes to try to be.
Mhm.
He really cares about people. So when we were out the um, in the fields in the arena, you know, we were practicing with our brooms, and this one kid. Do you remember his name, Eli? I don't remember his name. I was like trying to pay attention to like our teacher, and I wasn't. Do you basically Eli was being super nice to this kid who he had a splinter in his butt from his broom. Um
Yes, I
That
remember
that
this.
is one of the perils of riding a broom.
do you remember his
Gotta
name?
get your Spanish.
Yes, his name was Zachary. Zachary
Zachary
Banks.
Zachary Banks. Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
So
Zachary
well
Banks.
so Zachary is literally just clutching his bottom and like trying to do that nonchalant like scoop, but he's doing that you know, he got very Peter Griffinish about it. And Eli just like walked over and he's like, "Hey man." And he pulled out his wand and he just used a very small spell and removed the splinter. It was like it was so nice. And Zachary's like, "Oh my gosh, that thank you so much." Like he was like he looked like he was about to cry. He was so relieved. And he's like, "No, no, 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 don't worry about it. Everybody's gotta start somewhere, right?" And then he cracked this joke about how he should probably sand that broom before he puts his cheeks on it again. And it was the like nicest, coolest thing that I have seen on that field since the day that Peggy Simpson like straight up face planted off her broom, and we all laughed.
Man, broom class is really treacherous, you know? People
Well,
getting
if you don't
splinters, Peggy Simpson falling off her broom.
exactly like face plant straight up, like just all in that dirt.
Dang.
I know, right?
And Pepper, tell me about uh Azax, and tell me a spell that he's taught you that you'll never forget.
Uh,
I
Hmm.
wasn't paying attention when he was trying to teach me. I mean, he's really
Mhm.
awesome and he works really hard. And I know I should because he's one of my upperclassmen, but I got distracted because there was this centipede on the window in Charms class, and
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry, Azax. I didn't mean it. But he's really awesome. Like he's super hardworking, and he's like, you know, the first one in like generations to have magic, and so it's like he's really really focused, and it's really cool. But sometimes I'm not paying attention.
That's okay. That's okay. Azax, how did that interaction feel from your side, your perspective?
It was definitely like trying to talk to a brick wall. I actually noticed she wasn't paying attention, so I
Mhm.
just started spouting off like a bunch of stuff, just like trying to play it cool, but I had no idea what I was talking about. I just
A bunch
kind
of
of
magic jargon.
yeah, just like yeah, you gotta
Mhm.
flick switch, you know, uh, diddle your wand a little bit, and it just sounded completely stupid to anybody who's actually listening, but it was complete BS. And at the end of it, and I was like, yeah, and that's how you repel bugs, and then just walked away awkwardly. So she didn't catch on to my bullshit.
I like it. I like it. Azax, you and Eli. Uh, Eli once protected you from
Mhm.
something super dangerous. Tell me about that story. Tell me what happened then, and what was the dangerous thing he protected you from?
Um. So yeah. So uh, obviously, I'm scared of spiders.
Mhm.
So one day in broom class, we were all training and flying around the yard, and some kids thought it'd be funny to use a spell so it looked like there was spiders on my broom, and it freaked me out, and I kind of like jumped back, but I slipped off my broom and I was falling, and Carter basically came in. Eli came in and swooped in and saved me basically from face planting like Peggy. Uh,
Oh no, not like Peggy. They
uh,
talked about Peggy for weeks.
yeah, so basically he saved me from the embarrassment of school and basically dying. So from then on, I had this like this respect for him
Mhm,
and a
mhm.
little bit of envy because I know that he's actually really good at magic. He just kind of plays it cool and just doesn't. But I still like respect him because obviously he saved my life um, from the spiders, which would have been a fate far worse than death.
And would you say you've been close friends since then?
Um, yeah, I mean, I would say we're pretty cool. Like I got his back because I mean, I it's kind of like a Han Solo Chewie situation. I kind of owe him, so I'm just waiting for the
Mhm.
opportunity to kind of like
You're the Chewie in
pay it
this
forward.
situation?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like
Okay.
I gotta pay it forward. So yeah, he's probably annoyed with me, but I hang around to kind of make sure I pay him back.
Got it, got it. And Eli, tell me about a rumor that was going around about Azax, what it was and how you stopped it.
so there was a rumor, twofold actually, that I heard. There was a rumor that I heard that Azak had no magic capabilities, and he was sort of kind of faking it till he made it.
Cool.
But I've known him for a full at least semester. So,
Mhm.
and I've been in contact with him, or in instances where he's failed at certain abilities and spells, but it's still genuinely coming from him. So I to prove to the other kind of rumor starting kids that he did have an ability, I kind of set him up for an easy levitation spell, and he was able to pull that one off. You know, you just kind of you just got to put him in the right position and say, put your glove in the air, and I'll take care of the rest. And it was easy enough like that.
I like it. I like it. Well, that's that covers how you guys have known each other and interacted in the past. Let's talk. So what we need to fill out a few more things in your character sheet to get started. So this is going to be a little bit of session 0 into session 1.
Okay.
So you guys obviously this school is in Salem. So to get to the school, it is on an island. You guys go to Salem Harbor, and you go there every year. It's the first Tuesday in September every year is when school starts.
Okay.
And you guys make, from wherever you're from. Where are you all from? Where do you come from across the world? Azax, where do you come from?
Well, I'm native born to like Salem and around the area.
Okay.
Especially because, like I said, magic is in the family, but it's just few and far between. So it's like we have magical roots, if you will. It's just they're a bit they're dying out. So so yeah, basically local. He's got a little bit of like native in him. So
Okay.
so he's kind of like well aware of magic and some of the older ways of like native magic.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from local, so not too far of travel for you.
No, not
Um, Pepper, what about you? I know your grandmother lives on Mont Salem Island, but what about you? Are you there too, or do you come from somewhere else?
Because Gran likes to stay on the island, and she likes me to kind of apprentice during the holidays and off season. I'm usually on the island before school starts, at least for the month, which sucks.
Okay.
But then really my family, they actually have tried to move a little bit more inland. So they go to we kind of hang out in Pennsylvania a bit. I mean,
Okay.
dad's kind of odd like that. He likes to see the working man and see if he can be like one of them. So we're kind of from around the Pittsburgh area, where we stay most of the season. And then for the rest of the time, I'm on the island with Gran apprenticing. And I swear I didn't put Nightshade in anybody's packages last week.
Yeah.
That's me.
No one can prove it, at least, right?
I'm you're hearing things.
No one knows. And Eli, where are you from?
So I'm from Greenwich Village in Manhattan.
Okay. Seems fitting.
But I'm rarely home because my family seems to like sending me off to different parts of the world for what they call experience on the off school seasons. So, I mean, I get to spend some time at home during holidays, but for the most part, I'm kind of, so I like to tell people I'm kind of from all over, but Greenwich Village is definitely where I call home.
Okay. Great. I think that seems fitting for Eli's character, honestly. It seemed like the right place for him to come from. So anyway, you guys would on that second Tuesday of September, you would meet or not necessarily meet each other, but everybody who's going to school would come to Salem Harbor. And Salem Harbor is a small port off the East Coast. There's a cacophony of small fishing and pleasure boats that kind of litter the water. There's a number of creaky old wooden piers that are scattered through the harbor, and there's quite a few nymphs, which are non-magical people, as the wizarding folk like to call them.
I'm sorry, they're called nips.
Nymphs, NMPs.
Oh, nymphs. Okay.
Nymphs.
Yes.
I heard nips too.
I heard nips
No,
too.
not
Yes.
nip.
All right.
That's another type of magic.
I was like, hey, I mean, what you
Nymphs.
going?
Nymphs.
Nymphs. And so you when you're going to the harbor, you'd see them playing in the water, searching for crustaceans, casting fishing lines, hoping to catch a fish. And every time you go to the harbor, it's you get that kind of fresh fragrance of salt water that perfumes the air and just reminds you of childhood vacations with your family. On the particular day that you are going back to school, it is a balmy and pleasant day. The sounds of children playing at the beach just makes you kind of feel light and whimsical. And this is how you remember the school. Every time you go, even the first time you went, it's always just kind of been like that experience. The rumor is, and in fact, going back to the first time you guys ever visited the school, your first year at the school, there was a rumor of how to get to the school, and it is you have to take a long walk off a short pier. And in fact, there is a seventh pier there at the port, and it is very short. And the first time you went there, it was kind of jarring because you would see children around your own age with their luggage in hand just run to the end of this pier and vanish. Um, and you were quite hesitant at first, but you all did the same. And there was kind of this whooshy veil that you kind of passed through. And as you did, standing before you would be a 3-floor paddle boat ferry. The boat is beautifully designed. It's painted a vibrant white with a brilliant blue trim. There's railing on all 3 floors, which you'd see all your classmates pressed against, waving bye to their parents. The interior of the boat has these large arched windows that lead inside, and a very arched doorway. There's also pillars that kind of hold up each of the levels. And there are 4 towering smokestacks that protrude from the top of the boat. And then on the back, there is a dazzling red paddle wheel that just sits and paddles the water, not going anywhere, but just kind of magically paddling itself. And it's anchored to the back of the ship. And that is how you guys get to the island every year. You board the boat. The boat takes you out 6 miles into the ocean. There is a magical invisible barrier that surrounds the island. The barrier itself has been there since the 1600s. It prevents the nymphs from being able to see the island. And if they get close enough, it makes them feel like they want to turn around and go in the opposite direction. And your first time there, you guys all feel that as well. You don't see the island. And when you get there, you kind of get this nauseous, nerve-wracking feeling in the pit of your stomach that makes you want to turn back. But once you arrive to Mont Salem Island, once you pass that barrier, you see that the island kind of just jets out jarringly from the ocean. There's a base at the base of the mountain. It's a small mountain. There's an enceinte, which is just the outer castle wall that encircles the entire island. It's a stone wall, and just packed within those stone walls are shops and buildings and just different homes and crowds of people everywhere. The island kind of has this leveled, tiered up the mountain. There's a road that snakes around the island and leads up to ultimately to the top. At the summit is Mont Salem Academy. There is a small forest behind the academy that is the nature preserve for enchanted beasts. And once you enter the town, you kind of get this sense of it's just positively energizing, right? People are pleasant, the shops are lovely, and there's always just a smell of fresh baked goods just kind of wafting in the air. And as you walk the streets, you just hear the white noise of gleeful residents living their lives. So let's go back in time for a second to fill out your character sheets, and let's talk about your experience getting your first wands. So I'm going to start with Pepper, because Pepper, you have probably grown up on this island. So Pepper, you go into the wand shop, and the wand shop, specifically, it's called um, uh, the Willows Wand Shop and Wand Smith and Shop. And so you walk in, and there is a very eccentric looking woman with white, just kind of hair that just goes everywhere. She is in a purple wizarding robe, and there are boxes uh, just stacked and stacked and stacked all on shelves all across the shop. You see that there's a desk there that she's behind, and in the desk there is a wand that is being held by some device that you can see that she's working on. And as you walk in, she says, "Oh, hello, my dear."
A wand. I'm starting up at the academy, and Gran says I am past due.
Gran,
Yeah. Hildegard, Hildegard Lebowitz.
you are Hildegard's granddaughter. Oh, we will absolutely will take care of you. 1 second, 1 second. And she walks out from behind the counter, and she says, "We need to find a wand for you. Tell me, what? How would you describe your abilities? Are you somebody who you find yourself very charming, or very brainy, or are you quick on your feet? Tell me, how would you describe yourself? What is your strongest characteristic?"
Can darn a sock faster than most people expect, but I think most people say I'm pretty charming. Um,
Okay.
mm, I'm not that strong, but I make up with it, or I make up for it with my charm and my smarts. I'm pretty smart. I try to stay out of fights, so that might be something Gran would probably want to help my wand help me with. To be a better casting wand, if that's an option. And I mean, I think that's a good kind of way to do it. I'm not very strong, and not very good in a fight. And I know that sometimes your wand can help with that, but I don't know.
Okay. Okay. I think hmm. Give me 1 second. And she goes to the back, and she pokes her head back out, and she goes, "My dear, lilac or cherry?"
Lilac, please. It smells better than cherry. Even though if you're going to
Lilac.
smoke, you probably want cherry. I mean, what?
Excuse me?
Uh, uh, you see like a puzzled look on her face, but she just lets it go. And she goes, "My dear, one more thing. Um, if there was something, so I know you said you're quite charming. You said that you're looking to stay out of fights, but is if there was one aspect of yourself that you wish you could improve, your uh speed, your strength, your power, what would that be?"
To be stronger, please.
You'd like to be stronger. Hmm. Okay, okay. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Mm, yes, yes, this is the one. And she brings back a box, and she says, "I think this one will do it. How is this?" And she presents a wand, and it is a 12-inch lilac wand. And she says, "This one is got the core of gorilla fur. It is indeed something that will give you massive strength. Try it out." And she hands you the wand, and there is a target on the wall, and she says, try to cast a spell."
So I pick up the wand,
Hmm.
and I do all the things I think I'm supposed to do when I'm trying out a wand. So I
Hmm.
like put my eye down the side of the wand, and I like eyeball it, balance
Yeah,
it on
you
my hand.
give one of
You,
these.
you sniff
Try to
it
get
for
one of
good
these.
measure.
Yep.
Exactly. And then I turn around very hesitantly. Okay. And I don't say anything, and I just flick my wrist with the wand pointed out at the target on the wall.
What kind of spell are you casting? What do you think you're casting?
I have no idea because I'm doing one of those like squinty eyed like point. Just
Okay. Do me a favor.
puts that
Roll a percentile dice, which is the blue and yellow one at the very end of the dice roller.
blue and yellow, blue and yellow.
Mhm.
Not that one. Rolling.
It seems fine. It seems like a very balanced wand. It seems like it complements both aspects of your personality. This lilac and gorilla fur wand seems to feel just right for you.
Cool. Does, can I get it in a cooler box?
You can. Would you like a different color box? If
Um,
and and if this is not the one you like, we have other options. We do have other options if you'd like. If that didn't feel right, let me know. We have certainly different woods. We have different cores. We have ogre fingernail, hippo tooth, or if you're looking for something a little different, maybe not the strength, maybe something else, flight, improving your brains. There's other cores, but if this is the one for you, we will sell it to you today.
Harambe, the gorilla hair.
Not Harambe, unless you
Okay.
really want it to be.
No, I hear that
Okay.
that people that were taking things off Harambe, it wasn't very good, and they were kind of cursed. I do like this one. I think I'll take it. Do is it okay if mm, we get it paid for later? Like, I have my grand come in and do it because I'm really helping her out at the shop right now, and she kind of needs me to go back as quick as
My dear, my
possible.
dear,
And
my dear. Gran, your Gran is well known in town. I am sure we can settle up. It is not a big deal. Please, it is my pleasure to give you this wand. Settle up at some point.
well, yeah, thank you so much. I'm gonna be very careful, and I promise I won't sit on it, and I'll tuck it in every night. And I'm slowly like backing away with the wand like this underneath my chin. Just okay. Well then,
My dear,
yeah.
don't point it at your chin. That could be quite dangerous if you slip.
Good, yeah. And so I'll just put it down on my side and go, okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye, my dear. And around that time, Azax, ding ding, you walk through the door. And you see the same crazy looking woman with the wild white hair and the long robes, and she says, "Hello, how can I help you?"
Hi, Azax. I'm looking for a wand.
Ah, yes, school is starting soon. That is very very expected. New wand, absolutely. Come, step up, step up.
I walk over to her.
Yeah, you step up to the counter, and you see again just bunches and bunches of boxes and wands. And she says, "Well, tell me about yourself. Don't shy."
Um, yeah, no, I don't know. Never done this before, so I'm not really sure. Uh, I don't know if you know the Emberwolf family, but we're not really blessed with a lot of magic.
I see. I
So,
see.
so I'm not really sure what I'm looking for. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, do you have any suggestions?
Hold right there. Hold right there.
Yeah.
She comes out from behind the counter. She has, one of those tape measures that you have for like making clothes. Like the slack ones, not like a tape measure that you use for constructions, but
Tape
the
measure.
Like a tailor.
yeah,
A
yeah,
cloth tape measure.
cloth tape measure. There you go. That's the word. So she comes up with that and she starts measuring your arm. She says, "Put out your finger," and you put out your finger. She measures your finger both in length and width, and she says, tell me, how would you describe your best characteristic?
Um, well, my mother thinks I'm charming.
Hmm.
But I don't really know. I try to be nice to people and talk to people as much as I can. So,
And what do you think your characteristic that you would wish was your top characteristic? What do you think that would be?
mm,
If you could change one thing about yourself, tell me about it.
um, maybe a little bit more protection. I don't know. I mean, I tend to get a little reckless sometimes when I'm using magic because I'm kind of getting used to this whole thing. So maybe a little bit more something that can help protect me. I don't know.
Well, if you're looking to be able to stand your ground more, I have something for that. Or if you're looking for something to increase your brain power so that way you can identify situations that may be new to you as a new magic user.
Hmm. I'd probably say something more along the lines of protecting myself because I think I'm all right gauging situations,
So then standing your ground,
standing
being
my
a little
ground.
more gritty,
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah, maybe a little more gritty, be able to take a couple of
Mm,
hits, you know.
I got you. I understand completely. Give me 1 second. Let me go to the back. I have a special one just for you. And she disappears to the back, and you hear kind of shuffling around, boxes banging. Um, and she comes out, and she has a box, and she dusts off the box. It was clearly covered in years worth of dust. And she says, I have the perfect wand for you. Cherry, 11 inches, and the core is werewolf's claw.
Uh, Instantly, my eyes light up. And I'll take it. That sounds amazing. I love cherries, and last name's Emberwolf. We
Well,
match.
don't just take it right off the bat. You need to try it out first. There's a
Oh,
target on the wall. Please try to cast a spell.
all right. So the first one I think of is like a levitation
Okay.
spell. So I want to try
Okay. Okay.
to lift an object that's far away. Not
Okay. So that is going to be I'm going to say that that is a flight check.
a flight check.
Yeah.
Okay. That's oop. That didn't work.
Ooh. Yeah. So you cast your spell and things just like not intended. And she goes, my dear, my dear, my dear, my dear. Uh I don't know what spell you were trying to cast there, but your charm and your grit are your strengths. Please cast something more along the lines of that. You said you wanted to protect yourself. Maybe try a protection spell.
Um. Okay. So uh. Whew.
Maybe try to
I'm
conjure a
gonna try.
shield.
Yeah, I was gonna try to conjure like a um. Yeah, a shield um that I can grab and like a like a Captain America shield, but
Okay.
obviously,
That, please go ahead. Go ahead. And if this one doesn't work, then maybe we need to find you a different one.
oof. All right. So what am I using?
This is grit.
Okay. Oof. Good lord.
Oh,
All right, that didn't work either.
all right. Well, let's try the same wand, but in a lilac. I have one that's a lilac wand with the wolf core. Let me go and get that one. And she goes back to the back, takes the one you have, switches it out. This one is lilac wood with the werewolf core. She said, try this one. This one may be a little bit better for you. Just this time, just cast from your heart. Use that charm your mother tells you about and let yourself flow through the wand.
Okay. Something with charm. Something with charm. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to read her mind.
Okay. Interesting. Go for it.
I'll blow this woman's head off.
Please don't. Her hair's big enough as it is.
What am I using?
It's gonna be your charm.
Okay, I was like, check.
Get it.
Hey,
Hey.
better.
Oh, hey. Hey, look at that.
So instead of looking at the target and casting your spell, you look at her and you cast your spell. And she's just you see her eyes glaze over. And she becomes entranced. And you see just she's thinking about her lunch actually. It's about lunchtime for her and she has some lunch in the back. And you see that
What
she
is
is
what is she thinking about her actual lunch? What's her actual lunch that she brought?
a lamb sandwich.
A lamb sandwich?
A lamb
Yeah.
sandwich, not a ham sandwich,
Okay.
a lamb sandwich.
Lamb sandwich. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And you see her and then she kind of snaps out of it and she goes, "Oh, no, 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 my dear, my dear, my dear, I know this is your first year, but that is very frowned upon. You cannot just cast a spell on somebody without their permission."
Oh, my apologies. I was just concerned that that it wasn't gonna work, and then I was worried about what you were thinking, eh, and then I don't know. I think it's just what I was thinking. That I was worried about what you were thinking, and then I was kind of just like, if only I knew what you were thinking, and then I cast a spell. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's quite all right. It's quite all right. You have not been trained. You have not gone to school yet. I understand. Just a piece of advice from me to you. Make sure when you cast a spell that your wand is pointed away from somebody unless you mean it. And she says, now, back to the wand. You were able to cast a spell. Did that feel better?
Um, I mean, yeah, it felt more comfortable than the other ones.
Okay.
The other ones are making my
Well,
hand.
well, then I think this is the one for you. Um, and you all have the money to pay for these supplies. So if she says if you don't mind paying, please I will wrap your wand up and you can have a pleasant day. And you can see that she's just a little bit irked that you cast a spell on her, but she's not letting it show. Um, she's just caught off guard by it a little bit.
Okay. As I leave, I apologize to her and say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did that. You might want to use a little bit of barbecue sauce on that lamb sandwich. It will make it taste 10 times better. I promise you. And then it's good day, and then I leave.
Yeah, you before she can even react, you're out the door. So Pepper, you would have with your new wand, you have +1 to your charm and +1 to your brawn when casting magic. And uh Azax, you have a +1 to your charm and a +1 to your grit when casting magical spells.
Magic.
And last but not least, we have Eli. So Eli, this is just after lunchtime, and you enter the shop, and you see the same wild-haired lady behind the counter, holding a wand in her hand. She's doing something to it. She's kind of like looking at it, puts it up to her ear to listen to it, gives it a smell, and as you come in through the door, ding ding. She hears the door ding, and she goes, "Oh, yes, yes. New wand or repair?"
I'm standing still at the door with the door held open. And shortly after me, a large trumpeter swan swoops into the building and lands on the counter. Kind of a overbearing force just coming in. And I look at him and say, calm down, Idris, as I walk to the counter in my Brioni Vanquish suit. Uh, very tailored and, well fitted.
Oh my, Idris. Who is Idris?
Idris is
She said to
my
you.
trumpeter. Trumpeter, it's the swan on your counter here.
Oh,
He can be a
and
bit much.
she sees this swan just on her counter, and she goes, um, "It's not usual for familiars to be inside the shop, but he doesn't seem to be causing trouble right this moment, so I guess he can stay." Like I said, new wand or repair?
We're gonna go with a new wand, and I reach into my
New
breast
wand.
pocket and pull out a solid silver card holder. As I open it, I place a card on the table with the family Carter crest on there, and
Cool.
I speak to her, and I'm like, my father wants me to show this. He thinks it'll, I guess, get me some type of extra, service here. Sorry for the inconvenience.
She holds up the card and goes, "Carter, Carter. Went to school with the Carter. What is your father's first name?"
Oh, his first name is Jesse. Jesse Carter.
Jesse Carter. I do recall a Jesse Carter. I'm not sure that I'm familiar with the symbol. Um, However, I'm glad to provide you service,
Hmm.
the best service I can provide. Let me see here. You. She takes out her tape measure again. She starts sizing up your arm. She says, "Hold out your arm, extend it as if you were holding a wand. Point out your finger." And she takes measurements. She goes, "Ah, yes, okay, okay, okay. And you seem rather charming.
I try to be.
That seems." And she holds up the tape measure. "Yes, the tape measure seems to confirm it. But tell me, what do you wish that you were?"
Um, I guess if I wish for anything, I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like I have everything. Uh, I don't know. I can use, I guess, extra luck, if anything.
Extra luck, extra luck. Hmm. Well, I don't know that I necessarily believe in luck. I believe that we make our own luck. Um, and I think to get to your own luck, um, it all comes from the mind. Would you agree?
Uh, I guess I'd agree. I mean, I kind of just figure you're born with it. I mean, my family is all exceptional, so they made me, which just equals more exceptional.
Hmm. Hmm. She looks at the tape measure and goes, "Wow, I thought this said charming." Um, and she says, let's try this out." Um, she goes in the back and she finds, hmm, she pulls back a wand and she presents you the box. She says, "Here, try this one. It is 12 inches. It is unicorn horn,
Hmm.
and it is hawthorn wood."
Sounds very regal. I take the wand and
Indeed.
kind of hold it palms out to let it just balance in my hand, just to kind of get the weight of it.
Yeah, it's got a solid weight. Like it's actually heavier than it looks. It definitely more than expected.
I hold it up to Idris, and what do you think, Idris? As Idris kind of
Idris goes,
shows nothing.
yeah, he just looks like he goes, "Ah."
Yeah, no real response. I understand.
Yeah.
You know what? Because I'm looking to kind of stand out this year. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can. I don't know. Summon something.
Summon something. Yes. Well, there's a target over there, my dear. Go ahead and square up and try to cast your spell. And to summon, that is going to be 1 second. Summoning will be, you can either use your brains or your charm to summon something.
Well, let's definitely go with the charm. That's a D20.
Okay.
And I want to just start with something small.
Okay.
So I want to summon a like a small fish.
Okay.
Yeah, out of thin air, just a small fish. Okay, here we go.
So you wave your wand, magic shoots out from the tip, and a orb of light just appears and it solidifies, and a small glass fishbowl drops to the ground with water, and a little goldfish just swims around happily.
I look at Idris and I'm like, lunchtime.
He just looks at you and goes, "Ah," and waddles over, and takes a bite of the goldfish.
I think this will do quite nicely, ma'am. And then I actually open up my jacket and see that there is a kind of wand holder in the breast side of it. So I'll stuff it right in there.
Yeah, so you have a pocket already made for it. You stuff it in.
Already
And she
made.
says, "That is fantastic. I am so glad that it worked for you. Please enjoy your wand, and I expect great things from you, Mr. Carter."
You enjoy your day too, ma'am.
Fantastic. And so you all now have your wands, but there's one last thing that you need to do, and you all need to decide on your brooms. And so brooms are not a special little
Wait,
thing.
does my
that you
wand do
need
nothing
to...
extra?
No, your wand. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I did not tell you the things that you did.
Yeah.
Your
Horn and
wand.
unicorn.
So your hawthorn gives you a +1 to brains, and your unicorn horn gives you +1 to charm.
Okay. Plus brains, plus charm. Perfect.
Mm-hmm. And you all would, on your first day as well, you would go by the broom store, which is the Nimble Nymph Broom Emporium. This is Nymph NYMPH, not MMP, which means non-magical person. Just not to confuse anybody, but you go by the store, and there are a few makes and models of brooms that are available. I will tell you what they are, and you tell me what. Actually, if just so I don't give away all of Kids on Brooms material on stream. If you guys want to go to the PDF, there are broom brands. If you want to take a quick look and tell me what brand of broom you're going to get.
Okay. Let's see. Here's checks. That's at the bottom, right?
I see Amy has a question.
I have a broom.
You have a broom?
Of course.
Okay, what's your broom?
So after looking at all of the wonderful options in your store, I really would like to get the Map Maker's Friend.
Map Maker's Friend, the Map Maker's Friend. So that is one that is got the level-headed feature, and with a map maker's friend, if you know the area, you can not get lost.
Tendency to not be paying attention to my surroundings, except when I'm on a broom.
There you go. I think it's the perfect broom for you. And so you get this broom. It is very standard looking broom, but what it does have is etched into the wood part of the broom. It's just a giant map. Not a map that you recognize fully, but it is map etchings and carved into the wood. And when you are on the broom, those etchings glow.
Hmm.
I like my broom.
Shopkeep.
Yes.
I've picked out a broom.
Yes. What broom can I help you with?
I'm gonna go for the Cunning Captain's Cruiser.
The Cunning Captain's Cruiser. That's a great choice for a natural leader. And so, with that, you may treat snap decisions as planned actions unless you're using facing a fear. Um, Extremely helpful for those 10 situations on brooms. Now, these stats only count while you're riding brooms. So,
Okay.
if you're not riding a broom, you can't apply it. But as a natural leader, it makes sense.
Do you sell leather straps here?
We do sell leather straps. We sell seats if you'd like a seat. Tell me, is there any other accessories we can interest you in?
Just the strap.
Wand holder?
No,
Mhm.
thank you. I already
Okay.
have one of those built into the suit here. So, so the
Uh,
$9,000 suit. I mean, we
a
better have
man
one.
of quality. I see. I see. Yes. Well, let me get that strap attachment for your broom.
Thank you.
And the Cunning Captain's Cruiser. No etchings or anything intricate, but it does have little stirrups for your feet, so you can have a comfortable place to put your feet on the broom.
Oh, okay.
No dangling. All right. And Azax, you go into the shop. What broom fancies your fancy?
Um, so I want that maybe that Heartwood's helper.
Ah, the Heartwood Helper. For somebody outgoing. Yes. So each time you succeed at a check, an ally of your choice receives an adversity token.
Hmm.
Yes, a fine broom, a fine broom. This is great for sports. This is great for casting spells while on the broom. Great choice, my friend. Great choice. He takes it out. He hands you the broom. No stirrups, nothing carved into the handle, but does have a very ornate broom bristle. It looks very um almost fake, like it looks very glazed over, like the bristles are they're just perfect. I don't know how else to explain it, but they're colorful and they're perfect.
Hmm. All right.
He says, "Please enjoy, my friend. If you have any other needs for any other brooms, come back to me and I will be glad to help."
Thank you very much. And I just walk out with the broom, just like looking at it, not even writing it, just looking at it and walking. I'm amazed.
And so you now have all of your necessary supplies for your school year. But while you're in town, does anybody have anything else that they'd like to try to pick up that may be useful, in addition to your school books or any just regular items that a school student, both magical and non-magical, might have in their backpack?
Seeing with the shops that are here. Ooh. I was gonna say maybe we can stop by the fragrant leaf herb shop.
Yeah, in fact, you do. You walk into the Fragrant Leaf, and you see a kindly old lady behind the counter, and a younger girl, who looks like she could be a relative of the lady behind the counter, also in the shop.
I step up in front of the older lady, and again pull out the solid silver card holder and place a card on the counter there. I'm looking for I'm looking for any type of I don't know, regenerative or healing type of herbs. Do you sell anything like that here?
Yes, we do. We do. Penny, or sorry,
Ooh,
Pepper. I called you
Gran, it's
Penny.
okay. I know it was mom's name. It's okay. Sometimes you forget. It's all right.
My dear, uh,
Mhm.
in the back, um, there's the healing leaves. Can you please run and get it for this customer?
Well, did we want traditional, like what we would sell to a nim, or did we want magical? And I look at Eli and just give him these big
uh,
eyeballs.
let's go with traditional. I would
All right.
fancy myself a man of tradition.
Okay. So I skip off to the back and I return with a small wooden crate that has an assortment of small um, bundles of herbs that are wrapped in various twines and they're evenly spaced out inside of this crate. You can see that they've been compartmentalized and they have on the outside of the wood etched in each of the names. So you see burdock, yarrow, lavender, chamomile, peppermint, and I set them down, set the crate on the counter, and I look up and I go, "Is this what we were looking for, Grant?"
Yes, maybe the ginseng, maybe that would be I think that would be perfect.
Oh, and did we want any ginger or any of the calendula as well?
Uh, I guess that depends on our customer here. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Uh, name's Eli Carter.
Eli. Yes, I guess it depends on your budget. Would you like the full herbalistic package or just a small sample?
Let's go for the full. No expenses too much.
Indeed. Well, then include them all, my dear.
So I skip back to the back and I bring out another crate and it's got the rest of them. I set it on the counter and then I pull out some parchment paper as well as a box since I know the tradition that Gran likes to provide and the care. While she continues talking to you, I slowly start taking one bundle out at a time, carefully wrapping it into a small piece of parchment, sketching on the top of it with a quill what it is, and then two words on the back for what it could be used for best, as in peppermint for nausea, or lavender for stress. And I package them and I'm sitting them in little bundles on top of the counter while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay for this with whatever the currency is.
We never did establish that.
With the Carter card.
Yes, with the Carter card, the black Carter card. I have that. Yes.
Unlimited.
Let's just say that wizards pay in silver and gold, and it would be um, uh, 15 silver pieces.
Done.
and and so you have that and you pay um and your gran says, my dear, thank you so much for helping, but it's about time that you get ready for school as well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could do that. And so I kind of like touch my fingers and I'm like, so I guess I'll see you up on the hill, Eli. It was nice to meet you.
Uh, yeah. I mean, we've met before.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we after the
I
broom
didn't know if this
buying,
was the
we
same year
time
or
jumped.
not.
Yeah, we time jumped. We
Bad
time
Gran.
jumped to the
Bad Gran.
present.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gran.
So
So yeah.
on my way out, I was like, "See you at school, Pepper." And I
Bye, Eli.
do a little wink as I open the door, and you see Idris standing outside waiting.
Yes.
And Azax, uh is there anything that you would like to procure in the city before school starts?
I think Azax probably would go to Doulahan and is it Dunbar?
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Very expensive shop. Very
he's,
expensive.
he's not shopping. He's just
Okay.
uh, window shopping, if you will. He's looking just in awe at the magical things in the shop because he's fascinated.
Yeah. What catches his eye? What's the thing, the rare item that catches his eye at Doulahan and Dobar's rare magical item shop?
He's looking at he's looking at like just the different type of like rings and like magical trinkets that stuff that's always kind of just been out of his range, but he knows that um people of like high statute in the magic society have these things that help them focus and harness their powers. You know what I mean? Like it kind of just, and so he has this necklace that belonged in his family, of like his family crest, and he's just looking at that, and it's like one day he wants to be able to just imbue uh, his necklace with some type of charm that would help him out or protect him from just dangers and stuff like that he can kind of pass on. He's just looking for at magic and wants to get ideas of things that he can be capable of in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. But after that, I would probably go to the regal robe.
Okay.
Get it.
Because Azax wants a like a type of cloak that he can drape around him.
Okay.
Kind of like his grandfather used to have. His grandfather used to wear a cloak that was kind of like wrapped around his neck, but it would cover. It was like best way to describe it would be like uh Ichigo's dad from Bleach. As his captain's coat was on one side and kind of pinned to one side,
Yeah.
draped over one shoulder. That's kind of how he would want his coat, because he grew up knowing that his great grandfather was this powerful magic user, and so he kind of idolizes that look. So he would want to copy it, not as cheaply as he can, because he's not very rich, if you will.
No, but you do go and you find in the shop a kind of shoulder cloak. It's not super expensive. It's not super ornate. It's just a simple black with a purple trim, but it does hang over the one shoulder. It fits perfectly, and it has actually in the pocket of the cloak, just kind of at like your side length, a pocket in there for your wand to sit in.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. And I will slide my wand in there and keep it close. Like
Yeah,
all
and
great.
with the last amount of your spending money that you had kind of just for you things, you're able to purchase this cloak, and it just gives you a very warm, fuzzy feeling connected to your family, and it doesn't look too bad either.
Sweet.
And Pepper, Pepper, did you go into any shops before the start of this school season?
So before I left Gran, of course, she sent me with a full magical and non-magical medicinal kit. I also might have happened to sneak out some long bottom leaf from the back room where she
Mhm.
hides under the counter that she thinks nobody knows about, just in case, because maybe I can be one of the cool kids. But I pop 3 doors down to Rusker's for some candy because
Okay.
I can't have a bit of a sweet tooth. So I go in and get some marshmallow wands and some lemon drops, and I start
Do you get
kind of.
any prank candy?
I was started to eye some of the prank candy,
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
just in case. And so I think I might pick up some of the one that gives you uncontrollable flatulence.
Mm.
Hmm.
Those are pretty good
The
in a pinch.
uh I think those are called the flavored farters, right?
Sweet.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flavored burgers.
And
Are they
then
flavored before or after?
Oh,
after,
that's a good question.
I guess you shouldn't be on the receiving end of one of those. Terrible
You
joke.
should not.
And then I pick up a few electric shock gumballs
Okay.
just in case I have to deal with anybody that won't leave me alone.
Okay.
And then on my way out, I spy um, a very curious walking stick by the door. Um, it has a, it appears to have like a gem top,
Hmm.
and the body is full oak. It's older. And I asked the shopkeeper what it is.
He says, that is actually uh, a heirloom from my grandfather. Um, it is a walking cane, as you can see, uh, but inside, I can actually see all the memories, all the good times I had with my grandfather. Um, I have to concentrate on. There's a little ritual spell I cast, but just as clear as day, it takes me back to all of the good memories I had with my grandfather. And it fills my heart with joy and glee. And when I miss him, I just grab onto the gem, and it fills my vision.
Do you happen to know where I could maybe get something like this? Like, is it already preset? Did your like grandpa just kind of hold on to it and just like make one of those faces and like put all the memories in it? Or do you like do one of those like co-op-y things where you have a hand in hand and then you do that thing and then it works? Or like mm, how does
Um,
it work?
so what you have to do, it's hand built, it's custom built, um,
Oh,
but it unfortunately requires um, well, it unfortunately required my grandfather to pass, but as he passed, we were able to extract his memories and imbue it into this special gem. This gemstone is very rare. It is a it is from a fire oyster off the coast. They are a rare type of oyster that we have here. Um, but if you are able to, it's kind of like a pearl in a sense that um, it is encapsulating what is in the oyster, but it was magical fire, in fact, that was inside the oyster and encapsulated and hardened into this gem. So if you can find one of those gems, you can store memories into that gem.
cool. Okay,
But
bye. And I just rush out the door.
oh, bye bye. Um, hopefully you paid. It's not a big deal if you didn't.
That
It's fine.
that
I
was a
mean,
lot
they're
to
gonna hood
throw
up
on a child.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
between that and then my grand's 3 doors down. The 3 doors down. They'll find her if
Wow.
I'm in trouble. But then I want to sneak into Merlin's beers real quick. Just like try to
Are
just
you trying to
like
get
ho
drunk right
ho,
before
I'm
school?
an adult. Walk in.
Yeah. So
I,
you go to Merlin's Beers. You uh, put your hand on the doorknob, and as soon as you do, you get a little shock. Um, and you see a sign right above the door that says 18 and older. And as soon as you touch it and get that shock, the sign kind of just glows.
Now we got low drinking ages here.
Wizards don't care. Wizards are non-discreet.
It said 18 or
Phew,
older.
Yeah,
I'm
wizards don't
14.
care. Yeah.
Okay, all
I'm
right.
14.
Yeah,
This is balls. What?
I'm all done shopping.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
good.
So you guys uh make your way up to the winding road that leads up to the top of the mountain into the castle. And as you go in, you are queuing up outside of the castle with your classmates that you've seen before. But taking a trip back down memory lane real quick, you all went through a ceremony to get sorted into your different cohorts. And so there are 6 different cohorts, all of which are determined on your biggest strength. And luckily for me, you guys
Oh,
all chose charm. So you
bam.
all are in the same cohort.
Look at this.
So tell me, what is the name of your cohort? Every
Ooh.
cohort has a name.
Uh,
It is representative of people who have yours specifically is representative of those who have a good strength and charm. And tell me what that is. Tell me what the name of it is collectively.
A good name for a. Should it be themed by anything? Like,
Ooh.
should we have?
You tell me.
It's charm, right? So would that be
It's a-
like
What's a charming creature?
Well, it's usually flocks too would be charming. If we're looking at you,
Flocks?
Mr. Well, like a flock. So like it's usually like if we're talking about charm not as a characteristic but as a like an identity, it usually refers to some type of a bird.
I was thinking like something
Uh,
cunning or like deceitful.
what?
Deceitful.
Like something like charming, right? Like charm is like
I mean, charm can be used both negatively and positively, right? Like,
I don't know. It's just like that's the first thing. Like, charming is
It's-
usually like somebody who's
it's-
either silver tongued or kind of sly.
it
Like a-
seems that Ajax is going towards the dark side of charm
No,
already.
that's just what it sounds like. Like if it's based off charm, that's kind of how I see charming people.
So like you thinking like a fox or something like that?
Yeah, well, like I was first I was thinking like cunning, like something, but is that more intelligence based?
It's more intelligence based.
It's more intelligence based, right? Yeah. Okay. So then, ooh,
A finch is a charm. A group of finches is called a charm.
A group of finch? Oh, okay, that's fine.
Finches, which are birds, they're small birds, but most people underestimate them. I don't know. I'm being positive. It's either that or we're doing something like the fox is a vulpin. Well, they're called a skulk or a leash if they're a group.
I
but
say we
they're
go
vulpin.
if a group of finches are charming, let's go with finch.
finch.
Yeah, let's go
Okay,
with something with a
you-
finch.
Now it sounds like we're super sneaky anyway. So you can be like, you dirty rotten finch. Arr.
I don't
You
know.
are part of the finch cohort.
Wait, Steven wasn't happy. I mean, Zax
Okay,
wasn't happy with the finch.
we have time to change. Don't worry.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
So is Finch where we landed?
I'm good with finch. I mean, my
Okay.
The boy finches are called cock.
familiars. Wow. Okay.
Ooh. Yeah.
And
Just
speaking of familiars, what was Pepper's familiar?
She has a pocket owl. So the smallest,
Pocket
like
owl.
1 inch owl. It's a pocket owl.
Like a teacup owl, like the little baby one.
The little baby one. His name is Lyle.
Okay.
But I've had him for about 3 years. And he's adorable. He fits in my pocket. But if he needs to fight, he's very, very fierce. And yeah, he's small and brown. And it's one of those like, you're in my pocket. Are you in my pocket?
And there we go. And Azax, you have a wolf.
Yes. It's a young wolf.
Mhm.
That kind of just manifested around the time my powers did.
Okay.
So it's that explains why it's still a young pup, because I haven't had these powers for too long, seeing as how I'm only 15 years old. So yeah, I have a young wolf with me. Young little pup.
And we already met Eli's trumpeter swan.
Yep.
So that brings us back to present day. You guys have cohorts, you have wands, you have brooms, and the school year is about to begin. So you start classes. You guys move into the castle. The castle is a very old building. It is a castle that has been converted into a learning facility. It has dormitories. It has classrooms. It has places for people to congregate and to relax. It has a giant dining hall, a great hall where food is served, and there's a kitchen. It's a place that you've been before, and it's very big, very large building. there's lots of stone and lots of woodwork, and everything just feels both ancient but yet magical at the same time. And so you guys um, uh, are brought into the ceremony that they have every year when you're introduced. The teachers start going through all of the normal thing teachers go through, welcoming everybody to school and instructing you on what to expect on your first day and how things are going to go, that type of thing. And you're sitting in the Great Hall, just eating dinner, listening to this all happen. And a boy comes up to you, a boy that you know, Zachary Banks, and
It's
he is the
recover from
head
that splinter
boy.
butt.
Yeah, Splinter Butt, and he is the head boy this year. He has been promoted to head boy of your cohort, and he sits down beside you and says, "Hello, how's it going?"
How you doing, Zach? How's everything hanging?
Everything is well. I just wanted to introduce myself to you guys. I know you guys know me, but this year I wanted to introduce myself as the leader of this cohort, the head boy. Now I know we all have a little bit of a history, but I hope that won't interfere in my duties as head boy.
Congratulations, definitely on your promotion, I guess.
Thank you very much. It was a pain in the butt to work my way up,
I
but
chuckled. I chuckled.
I'm trying to hide my laughter.
he looks at your laughter and he goes, "Hmm." Anyway, it was a pain in the butt to work my way up to this position, but I take it very seriously, and I hope that I can expect you all will listen, will respect the position I'm in, and we can have a very good year this year.
I feel like we'll have a very productive year. Definitely.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, once the ceremony is over, I will lead you all to the dormitories. You know where we are. We're in the South dormitories this year. Um, and enjoy your food. Um, and so you guys continue to eat, continue to just listen to the teachers and everything. And I am going to pause there for a short break so that way I can update my notes real quick, and then we can get back to part 2 of this, if that's okay.
So this is where we're gonna call today's
No.
No.
Oh,
We just
He
take
wants to take a 5 to 10
short
minute break.
intermission.
short
Get my
intermission.
notes
Okay.
together. Yeah, short
He's
intermission.
been
That's okay.
tip-tecketing.
Yeah. Perfect.
Eh.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
Zachary got Zachary's heck a butt hurt.
All right. So then, in the middle of this, we'll do some crowd work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, Amy, how are you finding the spontaneity, I would say, of this game?
I'm going to step away for just 1 second.
No problem.
I'm
No
actually
problem.
I'm
No problem.
I'm finding it pretty good. I
You were
like
crushing it. That's for sure. Your
Yeah,
improv
how am I
work is
crushing?
crushing it.
I panic and freak out. Panic and freak out. That's how
you-
we work.
It's pretty natural. I'm not gonna lie. It's making me nervous.
Is it
Tone
making
it
you
back.
nervous?
No, I'm just playing.
I see.
Well,
I figure since Squiggles is gone right now, and we all previously know each other in the school, we should definitely have something that he doesn't know. That should come
Okay.
up, kind of like an inside thing, since we're all a part of the Finch cohorts. Aaron's
Yeah.
pet is a cat and is enjoying the magic. No, my familiar is definitely a swan.
a trumpeter
sir.
swan.
A trumpeter
Whose
swan.
name is Idris. Well, the funny thing,
Idris.
yes, and the funny thing for me, and I was kind of like, my actual in Pottermore, my Patronus is a trumpeter swan.
Nice.
So I'm like,
nice. Yeah, I picked
Okay,
the
but our
most
thing-
regal looking bird I can find.
That would be the swan. Swans are majestic looking.
Yeah, what's our thing?
Oh,
do we need like a secret thing?
We're obviously we're detectives, right? That's
Well, something's going on. Like, do we do we all have do we have if someone needs trouble, do we have something where we can talk to each other without him knowing? Do we have a secret we pass around this coin and you're like, no questions asked, you come with me and you help me type of jam?
We should have some type of we should definitely have some type of communicative thing for far distances. Like if we had some type of object that we enchanted, you know what I mean? To where it's just at least us three.
Ooh, okay. So some type of something we can locate each other.
Yeah. Like I
Ooh.
know,
Ring?
if I know Pepper is supposed to be in, gym class or something like that, but for some reason on this locating thing, like how the map showed the footprints on the other thing on the Harry Potter thing.
Map? Yep.
Something like
I got you.
that.
Do we all have something personal to us that we know the other person has, so we can kind of
Oh, you have a necklace.
Yeah, I have my
Your family
crest,
necklace.
crest necklace. Yeah.
And
You
then
have what? Something that's represents you and your family or something?
I have my card holder. That's it. Silver card holder.
that's not bad.
Is that meaningful or something? That way we can
I mean, it has
that shit, are you gonna be upset?
I definitely would be upset. It's the family. It's like a family heirloom type of thing.
Yeah, it's the same with my necklace.
Enchanted picture frame so you can communicate with each other after lights are out. It's hilarious. Now, I
Should
love
pick that up when he doesn't come back because he's doing notes and listening.
What's that? I'm back now.
Oh,
I like your headphones. We were talking about that we probably all need upgrades.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah,
have the Astro something or other. Oh.
nice.
Oh, I forgot to mention that I wear on my left thumb an antique ring that has my family's crest, and it's just a loopy L with oak leaves on it. And it's from three greats before my gran. And so the L is white and the oak leaves are white, and then it is embossed on a green kind of muted stone, and then the rest of it is gold.
Very nice. Very nice.
Fancy.
Can I describe my familiar real quick?
You can. I think now
Yeah.
that we're in the intermission, it's a good time to describe anything else you want about your character.
Yeah, so my familiar is like a black and gray looking wolf with reddish kind of orange eyes that represent the ember. So
Okay.
basically my familiar is kind of like a reflection of my family name and persona type thing. So that's kind of where that kind of looks like. But I don't want it to look like a black dog. I kind of want a little bit of gray and some but he still looks kind of fierce with the orangey reddish eyes. But that's her name is Luna.
Luna.
Yes, Luna.
And what is Pepper's familiar's name?
My elf owl?
Yes.
His name is Lionel. Hello.
I was just waiting for that.
But you want to know that's So elf owls are the smallest one on the they're the smallest bird owls on the planet. They're about 6 inches tall. And then they have big yellow eyes, and they can be less than an ounce and a half. So they're legitimately pocket owls.
Sheesh.
Nice.
Hence the whole eyes and the joke, right? Because he's got yellow eyes and he's this little tiny bird.
What was your wolf's name again, Steven?
Luna.
Luna.
So Luna, Lionel, and Idris. Okay.
Idris the trumpeter swan?
Yes, the largest of the swans. He's very regal, very dark, jet black beak that just of merges into its face where you can't even see its jet black eyes. So it just looks like solid black into white.
It's very striking, the contrast between the two.
Yeah. I've checked out some HD pictures of a trumpeter swan, and they are very, They're very. I like them. I like them a lot.
All right, so we're back. So it is the first day of school, the first day of classes. Pepper, it is your second year into being an underclassman. It is you the Ajax and Eli. You guys are both second year underclassmen, right?
Yep.
No,
Upperclassmen.
upperclassmen.
Upperclassmen. Yeah.
Perfect. So you guys go through the school day, and it's just it's your average start of school day. You got a little bit of nervousness, mixed with a bit of excitement. Nothing major is happening these days. It's just kind of that introduction to your classes. You guys all share the same class lineup. In the morning, you all have charms class. And that is with your teacher, Professor Bethany Alondra. In the mid morning, you all take Brooms class, and that's what the athletic director, Harlan Badger. Um, uh, Harlan Badger is not your typical teacher here. He doesn't wear robes. He wears a red tracksuit. He has a whistle. He has a broom, and his broom is very thick handled. It looks very knobby.
He's
It's
compensating for
old.
something.
He might be. And he has that very stern, like coach look, like that coach you had in school that you weren't quite sure about. Like he always just seemed mean and angry. That is Harlan. Um, you all take divination class, um, and that is a class that you all seem to really like that class. It is with Professor Willow Nettle. She's an eccentric looking woman. Big glasses, like way oversized round glasses. Um, she just wears a lot of floral prints, big gaudy jewelry, big rings on every finger, bracelets that kind of take up her whole arm, big giant turquoise necklace, white hair. The glasses are the black rim glasses, and she just seems very eccentric, very odd. Um, you also have defense against malicious magic, and that is with a very stern teacher, Thaddeus Vex, two X's, and he just seems to be very straight to the point, um, very, very serious natured, um, and just kind of always has just this stern, mad look on his face all the time. Um, and lastly, in on every other day, you guys would take history of magic with Amos Goldhorn, and Amos Goldhorn, um, just a very kindly gentleman, wears a vest. Um, he just seems to be very sweet and caring.
Okay.
Sweet.
And so you guys go through your full first day. You, as you're ending to the last class, you get next to you, Pepper. Somebody nudges you. And in fact, this happens in all of you. You guys are kind of sitting in a row seat. And you guys, it goes Pepper, Peggy Simpson, Azax, and Eli, and you're all sitting together. And Peggy whispers to you guys, "Hey guys, you guys going to the thing later?
The thing? What? What thing?
The thing. It happens every year. The thing.
You guys know about some thing? Anybody?
No. What thing?
You don't want me to say it, do you? It's the thing that happens at the first day of school every year. Have you guys never been?
You're gonna have to clue us in on
Yeah,
this one.
There's a lot of things that happen every year.
We
so
all okay. Shh, just don't tell anybody. All of the cool students get together. We go down to the dueling hall after classes, and we all see who's most powerful this year. We all do a little duel. Are you guys going?
Well, you know I'm there.
Yeah. I'll go. I'm in.
You going?
I
You're going?
mean, yeah, were we doing this right after classes before dinner, or I thought it was
Yeah, we're
later
doing
at
it.
night?
Oh, what? It's
Oh,
no,
oh,
it's right. It's right after classes because if you go after classes, the teachers are still in their rooms. They're still decompressing from the day. So we go then while everybody's preparing for dinner.
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So how much do you
Like
know about who's going to all be there? Like, I'm trying to scout out to see what type of, powerful people are going to be there.
I mean, anybody's gonna be there. Like only the cool kids know about it. Like we don't tell the first years, obviously. Um, but anybody who's cool is gonna be there, and like it kind of sets the whole year. Like whoever wins the duel, like they're the cool kid for the year. You get into
yes.
all of the cool kid stuff. You get invited to the parties. Like you definitely want to go.
Well, like Peggy, what if you end up placing third, or you're almost that cool? I mean, do you get access to the super secret hush hush things that everyone was talking about? I mean, because after last year, I mean, are you really counted as a cool kid?
Are you talking about the incident with the broom?
No, 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 no. I mean, there was the guy over there. Um, what's it, Lawrence? Lawrence was saying something about how, you weren't cool enough to even be sitting like around him. And I know, that Mr. Goldhorn's really like he doesn't care about that stuff, and I don't care about the stuff. I know Eli and Azax don't care about people not being cool. Anyway, but what happens to everybody who's like first runner up loser people?
I mean, not obviously not everybody duels,
Nah,
Pepper, but you go there and you're seen and like you make friends and I mean you get to talk to people outside of your cohort and it's just, you gotta be there.
I'm always nice to make friends. Do I have to bring snacks?
Yeah,
Wait,
you
it's
gotta
before
bring
supper.
snacks.
Okay.
Well, I'm going and I'm definitely just going under prison rules. Whoever the biggest and baddest one is, that's who I'm going after first.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm down.
I'll bring my med kit.
I want to see who's the strongest.
And around that time you hear "Hmm," and you see Professor Goldhorn looking at you and
Hmm. Oh, okay. Yes. Understood.
yes, is there a question?
Oh,
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
no, no, Eli. I mean, I was just wondering if Professor Goldhorn would be willing to. I can't really read what he wrote for homework on the board, so could you just fill me in on that, please? I'm sorry, Professor.
He doesn't even look at the board, points it behind him and goes, "Enlargo," and it gets bigger. Any other questions, class?
No, not at all, actually. That was my question, too.
Hmm.
All right.
Okay. Well, let's get back to class. No more talking, please, please. And you guys get back to class. And shortly thereafter, class finishes. And you're free to roam the campus grounds and do whatever it is you would like, including going to the dueling hall.
I
Uh,
turn to Pepper and I say, "Did you catch any of that? I missed like a whole section of class. I didn't hear
What?
it."
I got the first part where we were talking about the impact of um, President Lyndon Johnson and the Civil Rights Act that he passed. And then there's something else about something. I mean, I've got the book, but we could probably ask Piggy. I mean, she kind of was distracting. But do you know what? Let's are you gonna do the Dooley Holly thingy?
Yeah. After I guess copy Peggy's notes.
Well, we could just steal them off her. I mean, she wants to be one of the super cool kids, right?
I was just gonna
Like we could
duplicate.
push her in the. Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, I was gonna see if I could just duplicate them, or if I can ask her to duplicate them for me.
Well, you know how she gets when she's super, super pretentious and you hurt her feelings, so you might have a better shot at it, but like I think I kind of pissed her off. So if she tries to like sweep my legs or anything, like straight up, Cobra Kai in the dueling hall, like
I
just
got.
steal her notes.
Yeah, I figured we should just ask. So
Yeah. She might like you better.
yeah, maybe. Let's go to the dueling hall. We'll ask her there, so the teacher can find out.
Yeah, so you guys make your way out of class. You walk through the castle, and you make your way to the dueling hall. And as you get to the dueling hall, you stand there. Standing there is one of your classmates, a larger boy who has a shaved head. He has his arms crossed. Hey, Zax, what's his name?
Dooley.
Dooley.
Dooley! Dooley!
Dooley!
Dooley!
Man.
Dooley stands there, and he goes, "You here for the thing?"
So I am, and I go in for the pound. You know what I mean? Give me some
Yeah. So you go in for it, and he just looks at you like he sticks his hand out, but like you're doing it to him, like he's not not involved in this at all.
That's
Like,
perfect.
yeah, he has absolutely no idea what you're doing.
All right.
And he goes, "Do you know the password?"
Dooley! That's
Dooley!
Dooley!
He goes, "No."
I'm
That's
gonna
not
walk
the
up and be
password.
like, so Peggy, you remember, Julie, you remember Peggy. You saw that shenanigans last year. Don't lie. Like,
I do know
she
Peggy,
told.
yes.
So you saw what happened last year on the
Oh, when
training
Peggy
grounds
when
on
Peggy
Broom's
ate
class?
dirt? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Everybody saw that.
I mean, you remember when she had to be sent to the infirmary and she had her teeth fixed and all that shenanigans, and we were like, she basically told us, just to show up, that we didn't need anything, and uh, I mean, I'm more than happy to like compensate you to just letting us in, but I'm not gonna name names. But Peggy told us you were just gonna let us in. Like there was no, we didn't have to like have a password or any shenanigans.
Make me a charm check.
Also, while she's charm checking, can I like kind of inch over towards Azax and just
Yeah, go ahead.
11.
and just be like, it'd be kind of interesting to kind of know what's on this guy's mind right now, right?
An 11 on charm. Oh wait, 12 with my I
Kinda
didn't
got
use my
figured
wand.
out, man. Before they said don't do that to people who didn't give you permission, and you gotta say after I did it, I felt kind of gross. I don't know if I want to take that leap, man.
I
Isn't it
mean,
wrong?
we're in the spot that we figured out who's who, right?
Yeah, it's true. Well, I was just planning on like leaving my familiar by the door, and then just like have her listen, excuse me, to somebody else give the password, and then I have like this like telepathic link with my familiar, so I kind of she can tell me the password. So I feel like I was just gonna get it that way. I don't know if you guys want to do that. If this doesn't work, I'm whispering all this, by the way.
Yeah, you guys have pulled over to the side.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Dooley looks at you, Pepper, and goes, "Okay, you can come in. Nobody else, just you. Get in there." And he steps aside and he lets you in.
To all of us?
No, just Pepper.
Oh.
Hey, I need to bring my wolf familiar in with me. Is that okay? Because he doesn't know what my familiar is in my pocket. And I look over at Azak and I'm like, right? Luna needs to come with me inside.
Yeah, so I telepathically send Luna to go
Thanks.
chill right next to Pepper.
And we'll walk inside
Yeah.
the dueling hall.
Yeah, Luna goes and follows Pepper in. Pepper, are you going far in, or are you gonna just stand by the door there?
I'm gonna get far enough in where I can kind of lean over. Is there anybody else that I see in the dueling hall that's like, hey,
Yeah.
do I see Peggy?
Yeah, so the dueling hall itself is this massive, just long room. It has this in on the ground there. There is this it's a kind of like when you go into a gymnasium and you see kind of the markings on the floor for the gym. It is just this outline, this long outline. It's a long, thin rectangle, enough for like 3 people to stand in, wide, but it is very long out. There are bleachers on both sides, and kids have packed the bleachers. I mean, there are tons of people there. And you're looking for Peggy specifically?
I'm just looking for anybody that I know that I can sit down to that I have like next to with Luna kind of close to the door so we're not out of range of telepathy for Azak and that I could just be like, hey, like, hey, did they change the password on you to get in? Like, just kind of want to sneakily pick somebody's brain um, and kind of get the password said so Luna can hear it and send it back to Azak.
Yeah, you sit down next to one of the people that are in your age group, Jill. And Jill is sitting on the bleachers. She has a bucket of popcorn and she's just kind of munching on it and eating it. And you sit down next to her and she goes, "Hey girl, how's it going?"
Good, Jill. Oh my gosh. Did Dooley give you problems at the door to get in this year?
Dooley is the worst, isn't he?
I
Seems-
know.
Yeah, of course they gave me problems.
Like, what password did you use?
Um, I mean, you don't know the password. How did you get in without the password? What
No,
password did you
like
use?
because the one that Peggy gave me, and she gave me Wolfsbane as the password.
Hmm.
And Dooley like gave me that look, you know how it goes where he's like,
Mhm.
oh, you know the old password. He's like standing there, and then I had to tell him that Peggy was being, ever since she ate it on the training grounds and she had her teeth fixed. Like the girl thinks she is all high and mighty. Like she's great,
Oh my
but
gosh.
really. So he let me in on Wolfsbane, but I promised. Like, do you know the password for this year?
This year's password was Griffin Feathers.
Griffin feathers. Okay, I'm gonna kill her. I might kill her.
As soon as Luna hears that, she relays the password to me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
she
you know.
she sounds like Helen Mirren, by the way.
So, oh dang, that's so
I-
hot.
I'm not gonna try to do a Helen Mirren voice,
No, I
so
know.
that's
Just for the
just
audience.
out of the question.
They know. It sounds like Helen Mirren.
Yeah. Yeah. So you hear Griffin Feather. She relays that password to you.
I relay it to Eli.
And with that information, I walk right up to Dooley and look him right in the eyes and say, "We can do this 2 ways, Dooley, because I'm getting in
Oh
there."
yeah. What are those 2 ways, Eli? Tell me
Uh,
those 2 ways.
And as soon as he does that, I kind of put my hands in my pocket as Idris flies up and lands on my shoulder, like uncomfortably because Eli is gigantic.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I can either sick Eli or Idris here on you, or you can let me and my friend here get by without the password that we already know.
you see him lean, pull his hand down and grip his wand and kind of angle it up just a tiny bit. And he goes, if you know the password, say the password and you can get in. Otherwise, you and your friend can go.
So you think you can cast a spell fast enough that he just won't get up on you? Huh? You want to take that bet, Dooley?
Actually, yeah, I do.
I
think
I have my wand. I have it already pointed at his crotch,
and
I tap him so he kind of feels it, right? And I say, "Griffin feathers, get the hell out of the way."
at this point, he points his wand up at you and he goes, "You're lucky that's the password. Get in there."
You're lucky my friend's nicer than I am. And we just
My
walk
friend
past
doesn't
him.
like you. And I don't like you either.
We're just gonna walk past him.
You know what? As you walk past, he comes in close to you, Eli, and he goes, "Hey, if you want to settle this, find me in the duel. We'll settle this. We'll see who wins."
Ooh,
Now you're talking.
damn.
Yeah,
I
find me.
Yeah. We'll see if you even make it past the first round. I want to walk on with Azax, and then I'm just talking to Azax. Like I did that to hype myself up. These are some I gotta
Great.
I gotta get ready because I don't know what they're gonna throw at me down there.
Lean into Jill while you guys are walking and be like, "Oh, hey, I'm just gonna go check on Eli and Azax. They just got in, but girl, save me a seat. Are you going this year? Are you gonna duel?"
I'm not gonna duel, but you're hanging out with Azax and Eli now. That's
Like,
new.
it's they're. I mean, Azax, like, we're pretty close for birthdays. He's only like a couple months older than me. And he's super, super hardworking. And then I just tap Luna on the head and she turns around and starts lopping back off to Azax. And I'm like, and like, he lets me pet his wolf, like, when I'm having, those panic attacks. We talked about those panic attacks. So.
Well, I'm just gonna just between me and you,
Mhm.
Azax is kind of cute. Like, don't tell him I said that though. Don't tell him. Okay?
Okay.
You have to promise. You have to
I promise.
promise.
I promise
Okay.
on my wand, I will not tell him.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
all I'm thinking in my head is like, like, okay, I will see you in a bit. So you're not doing this year? Okay, I think they are. So I want to just give them some of that good mojo, that are sweet vibes, like push them on to greater planes of energy and existence and championship.
Okay, well, I'll be rooting for him too. If you guys really start hanging out this year, let a girl know because I want to hang out with Azax too,
Got you. Okay. But yeah,
Okay.
I gotta go do that, Professor Nettle, all about the higher energy, channeling better self. Let's work our vibes towards realization and manifestation. And I just wanna pass on that. So okay. And then I'm just gonna be like, okay, bye girl. And I get up and
bye. And you get up and you walk back over to Eli and Azax.
Dude.
Luna kind of sits there for a second and stares at Peggy, just kind of like snarls a little bit and then leaves. Little jealous. Luna's a little jealous.
Was Luna there to hear all that too? Did Luna relay that to you?
She was there to hear that Jill thinks he's cute part, and I patted her on the head right after she said it.
Luna heard it, but she didn't relay the message.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's still that mysterious thing, and Pepper doesn't know whether or not she relayed the message.
Yep. So anyway, you guys are there. You guys are at the dueling hall. And all of the kids line up. The crowd starts forming. And funny enough, the one person you wouldn't expect to see there, especially since this is highly against the rules, doing magic outside of the supervision of professors, highly against the rules. You are surprised to see Zachary Banks
Head
come
boy,
up,
huh?
head boy,
Head
come
boy.
up in the middle of the students, and he starts talking into his wand, which starts amplifying his voice, and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to this year's student duel. As you know, this duel is highly against the rules. However, it has been a time-honored tradition for years, and as head boy uh, of the Finch House, I have no intention on breaking that tradition." And as he says that, the clouds kind of erupt, and yeah, Eli. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Zachary.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. And he goes, now, uh, for those of you who have not been invited before, what we're going to do is everybody who wants to duel will come over to me. They will submit their names, and we will choose. And if you have anybody you specifically want to duel, then we will duel, and we will see who is the most powerful student this year.
I'm definitely making my way past the crowd of people trying to sign up just so I can put my name down on the list.
Yeah, so you make your way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and you're Zachary bound,
That's
Um,
Na, na, na,
yes.
na, 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 na.
and you make your way over to Zachary. Anybody else participating in the duels?
Yeah, no, I'll sign up too.
Yeah, so you walk over with Eli and Pepper. Are you dueling as well?
I'm going to take some nettle and some frankincense out of my med kit,
Mhm.
and put them into a small pouch with a snowdrop flower,
Okay.
and then kind of make two little baggy sacks, and then walk over to Azax and just put one in his hand, and then put one in Eli's outer coat pocket, like so that he doesn't know. And I'm gonna look at Azax and go, nettle is for strengthening the will, and it also turns spells back on the ones that cast it. Frankincense is used for protection, and then snowdrop is used for protection as well. I don't know, since we haven't really done like the proper spell work for you to use it. It's just kind of a charm at this point. But keep it on you, because there might be some people in the crowd that are rooting for you, and they'd like to see you not die the first one out.
Okay, so is this like a little pouch of stuff?
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
little pouch.
components? Okay, so
Um,
then I'll just tie it to my belt loop.
Ooh,
Seven.
ooh.
Pepper,
Uh-oh.
roll your charm.
Roll my charm.
Mhm.
You believe that I don't know what this goes. Okay.
Oh
Oh!
my
Okay,
God.
it has. So
Ooh.
Sheesh.
Son
so
of a
it's a
brisket.
+1, so it's a 2 because you do have the +1 for it.
This is also like my knowledge of what these plants do.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
do I get something else with, should I have not, it has to be
Do you,
charm and not brains?
do you have a strength? I mean, so charm is your biggest. Charm's your
Yeah,
D20, right?
yeah.
So
But this is
potions.
also like my knowledge. Well, it's not a potion technically. I mean, it's
I
a
mean,
satchel, like a charm satchel, which
it's
technically
kind of
wouldn't
a
even be
potion,
for
right? Like
strength.
even though it's not liquid, it's
It's
that
compelling.
using of alchemical properties for healing and everything.
Property.
So for potions, it's fight, charm, or grit. Um, I will say this, that essentially what you said is true. It You didn't really imbue it with anything. It is just the properties of those plants by themselves. There's nothing magical about it.
But maybe he can imbue him since he knows, since I've given him the knowledge.
Absolutely.
I wonder if I'm like, but I mean it. Be safe, or else. And then I look at
Um,
Eli, and Eli. Oh, and I put Eli's pouch into his pocket without him knowing. Do I need to roll something for that?
yeah. So make that a flight check. How swiftly you can put it in his pocket without him knowing.
A sec. Hold on. Rolly. Haha. 3.
Um, Eli,
Yeah.
also roll flight.
Okay, take this one off. D10. That's this one here, right? Okay. I think that's that one. Yeah. Rolled it. Booyah.
I'll roll again.
But yeah, get it.
Booyah. So 12?
So so Eli would certainly know that you did it. It's up to Eli how he responds or if he responds.
I just, so what's this?
This is Pepper trying to sneak the
No,
herbs into your
I'm
pocket.
asking Pepper. What is
No,
this?
he's asking me what it is.
Yeah, I'm asking
He
Pepper.
basically
Sorry.
turned around and picked it out of his pocket and like, what is this?
What is this?
What is this? It's very his so it's just a little pouch. It's nettle, which is for strengthening your will, and it turns the spells back on whoever casts them. So it's a protection. And then the frankincense also does that. It's good for protection and spell work, and then snowdrops also for protection against other magical forces. Just a little bag. I mean, I haven't really done any work on it, like charm work or anything, but it's just a little something. You know how Professor Nettle talks about imbuing things. Same with Professor Bethany. What's her name? The one that thinks she's really cool in charms. Like, I'm not listening half the time, but you know. So they talk about how if you imbue the herbs and the other objects with additional will, that they can enhance or increase those abilities. And I just thought, you might want a little oomph in your pocket.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna take it out of my coat pocket and put it in my pants pocket. Because I swiftly take off my actual coat and fold it up as I kind of hand it to or just like set it down on a nearest by seat, getting prepared for the duels.
Yeah, and so you do that. You guys head over towards the place where everybody's signing up and choosing who they're dueling, and I think that is where we're gonna call this session.
Oh,
Wow! Right in front of the duel.
right in front of the duel.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow.
Rude. I didn't even get to like squeeze an Anise star or an anise star and be like, protect them. Don't let anyone get shot.
Oh,
Well, you
man.
can. You can next time. So when would you guys like to get back together? Same time next week, or we can talk offline and figure out the next time.
I mean, if you guys are open to same time next week, I'm open to same time next week.
I'm also open same time next week. So
I've been working from home since March, so I've not left this house more than a few times anyway.
Amy,
I'm
you
here.
good?
Claro que sí. Of course.
Okay, all right. So then, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Squiggles, for introducing us to this world. I enjoyed it a great deal.
yes, it's very interesting.
And we will see you all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. We'll be here on the Twitch channel at 7:30. Or do you guys want to do it a little earlier? Like maybe 7, since we got things more.
I'm okay with everybody else.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. If you guys want to do it earlier, I'm open to it. So as long as we let these guys know in the chat room here.
Yeah, we'll post it definitely. For sure what time, because most likely I feel like since we have everything up and running and there's nothing really we have to edit and it's kind of just story on your part, we can do it a little earlier. So so we will see you guys all next week. Again, thanks for watching.
Thank you, Squiggles, for making this beautiful overlay. That is amazing.
Yeah.
And Aaron for throwing all the the cool stuff you showed me. I don't know, we haven't really got into it too much, but that stuff's pretty amazing, man. So
thank you guys for having me, because I enjoy playing, and having people to play with is great. So I appreciate you guys having me on here.
All right,
Yes.
guys. See you next week when we play more Kids on Brooms. Bye.
Kids in dueling halls.
Oh, yeah.
Good night.
The dueling hall. This is gonna be fun.
Kids in dueling halls with wolves.